Hi everyone! Today I'm drawing a bunch of bats in my sketchbook, and the reason why I drew bats was I asked my patrons what they wanted to see me draw. Someone suggested bats, so I put it in a poll, and that's what the people chose. I actually had a lot of fun drawing bats. I've drawn them before, but I haven't done like full-on bat illustrations, and I did one recently that I had so much fun with. It's always these subjects that I didn't expect to draw that I end up having some of the most fun with. I just really love how the colors turned out on that one, and it's actually still available in my shop because I took a month off of Patreon for October. I'm letting people still have a chance to get this package because I posted it a month later because the bat package is technically from September. So if you want to grab that, feel free. There's a cute sticker and the art print and the sketchbook print. But for now, you're seeing me draw bats, not for the first time, but for the first time in a long time. And the one thing about them that I find really difficult is, of course, their anatomy, like any animal, but specifically with how their feet connect to their wings and their tail. It's sort of like one big wing when you look at them. It's like everything is connected, and their feet connect to their like wings, and their wings are kind of like arms or like arm wing hybrids because they can like pick stuff up with them sometimes depending on the species of bat. I also was looking at a lot of different types of bat species, and the one I ended up drawing is sort of like a mix of all my favorite features that I came across, like the big ears and just like cute face, the like big beady eyes. I actually think bats are really cute. I always see videos of people being like terrified of bats like flying around in their house. And the only thing I would be scared of is like getting rabies because I know they can carry rabies, and like I read this one story that kind of scared me about that, but if it's like just a bat, like I'm not afraid of them. I don't think I'd be afraid of one in my house. I would just be like a little bit wary of what diseases it might carry, which is unfortunate because they're just so cute. Like it's unfortunate that they get such a bad rap. And also I think there's some like fungus or some like infection disease that's wiping out large populations of them. And that's not good because bats eat a lot of little bugs and mosquitoes. And I remember one year I went camping and the mosquitoes were horrible. And someone told us it was because the bat population was so low that year that there's just like a surplus of mosquitoes. What I started with on this page was I actually saw this illustration that I really liked the color scheme of. So I picked out some acrylic markers that sort of matched. It was this nice like orangey bluish painting, but I think that immediately limited me and made the page feel a little like, I don't know, like the colors didn't really like feel that natural. They don't really go together as well as I wanted them to. I was trying to like be intentional with what color palette I selected, but I don't know. It just sort of like limited me right off the bat. But as usual, the first few sketches, whenever I'm drawing something new, feel a little awkward, a little foreign. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. And then eventually it starts to make sense and I can draw them more easily and I understand their anatomy. And then at that point I go and I make the art print because I sort of gained an understanding of how the animal works. And also I believe I accidentally referenced like an AI generated image of a bat because it looked so cute and I was like, what species is this bat? And I was looking at the comments of the photo and everyone's like AI slop, and I was like, oh no, they got me. But it was a cute image and I was going to base a print around it, and I'm so glad I didn't because it really doesn't make sense when you look at the photo. Like its wings aren't connected to its feet properly. See if you can spot which one is probably an AI reference photo. It's so tragic that that's common these days. We don't need like AI generated images like all over the internet, all over Pinterest. It just makes it so hard to find accurate reference photos as an artist. I can't go outside and look at real bats. I don't know where to find them. But I had a lot of fun as I went, and I was trying to keep it simple for some of the pages. I was trying to just use pencil and just like not worry about adding color and only add color if I felt like it. And I filmed this over the course of a couple of different days, and I was just having a lot of fun just like going in with the pencil details, shading the wings, and I think eventually I add color to some pages, and to other pages I just keep it just ink, just like black ink all over the page. And I actually really like this one flying bat down here. I think it's because something was sort of clicking in my brain. I was like, you don't need to draw cleanly, like just try to capture the energy of the bat. And I was trying to do like expressive strokes with my pencil and try to like simplify certain details. And I really liked the way that one turned out. I just really liked the way that I depicted the bat and the directional shading that I did, which is where you use your mark making to define the shape of an object. So instead of just coloring in a sphere, for instance, all one direction, you would like change the angle of your pencil strokes to sort of shape the sphere and make it look 3D. So I was trying to utilize that a lot with these sketches. And this drawing down here sort of turned into the sticker. I try to use a large range of reference photos so that I'm not like following one too closely, because sometimes when you find a cool photo and it looks a little too similar, you're going to see a lot of people say like, oh, I drew that photo too. I found that on Pinterest. I drew that too. And it's like, oh, I'm not original, am I? But I'm not like trying to be like super original here. I'm just trying to learn how to draw bats. And I went in with some grayish watercolor that I mixed up with some, I don't know, like burnt umber and ultramarine or something like that. You can make a nice brown by mixing blue and brown. No, you can make a nice gray by mixing blue and brown in different ratios. You also might have noticed that I haven't posted for a while. I sort of took a bit of time away from YouTube just to sort of recharge. I've been feeling pretty burnt out lately. I've been trying to reevaluate how I want to approach YouTube, and I'm trying to be a lot more casual about it. I like sharing my art. I like showing like what I'm drawing, and I love being that like background video that people can put on while they draw. That's all I want to be. Like I want to be a channel that people go to for like comfort and to like just have some company while they draw. And I hope I can continue to be that for you. I've tried to like slow down a little bit in general. Like I took Inktober off of Patreon. It was sort of like a semi break from things. I was still working, but like taking it easy and just like being kind to myself, taking a little bit of a fall vacation. I've been doing a lot of knitting. I finished my first sweater, and now I'm trying to sort of like redefine how I'm looking at everything and just like jump back into things. I'm trying to like reprioritize where I want to spend my time in my business. Another thing I should mention, I have a 2026 calendar. If you want a calendar, you can order them on Wednesday, October 29th, and they should ship out like the week following. I'm working with a local printing company and they're turning out really nicely. I just picked a bunch of my favorite illustrations from over the years and the ones that are at the proper aspect ratio, and included them and tried to match them up to months that I felt sort of like gave that vibe. Not necessarily putting snowy illustrations in the winter, but sort of ones that have that feeling. Like I put the whale shark as December because it's just like very blue, and I feel like December is a blue month. But I also put like a rainy one in April. I had a lot of fun making the calendar. I decided one day like I need to make a calendar. You've been wanting to make a calendar every year and you never do because it's always too late by the time you do it. And I felt like, is it too late? It's probably not too late. There's still 2 months left in the year. So I just like sat down and just worked on it all day for a couple days in a row. I made all the grids myself. I put all the numbers in myself. I followed a tutorial that shows you how to like automate things in InDesign and how to like have all the numbers appear automatically. So that was a great video. So if you want to grab that, head to my shop on Wednesday, October 29th, and you can get yourself a JelArts calendar. And if you're a patron, you can use your coupon on it. So you get 15% off, or is it 10? I can't remember what the coupon is. And now on this page, I wanted to keep things really simple. I just went in with ink, and it was a lot of fun to just do ink. I consider this my only Inktober submission for 2025. I used to love doing Inktober, and I still think it's a great thing. Like there's so many different Arttober lists, like Peachtober, Cheektober. I did Geltober. There's Frogtober. There's so many different like prompt lists out there. And I think it's just so fun drawing something every day. I've only successfully done it like once, I think, and I used a tiny sketchbook. And I remember one time I laid down to go to sleep, and then I like opened my eyes and I was like, I didn't do Inktober today. So I got up, went to my desk. It was like 11 or 12 a.m. I think I had school the next day. Like college art school, and I did my Inktober. That was a interesting time. It's kind of fun to like hustle like that sometimes, but I just feel like I'm too old for that. I say at the ripe age of 27. But sometimes I feel like I'm just like actually getting too old for some things. Like posting 2 videos a week. How did I used to do that? I used to post twice a week. To be fair though, I didn't have Patreon or a shop, or like I wasn't really posting on Instagram. I just had YouTube and DeviantArt, and my videos would be like 6 minutes, 10 minutes long, and I'd post 2 a week. And honestly, that's how my channel grew to where it is today, but I'm too old for that. I can't do that anymore. I'd rather just like design products, ship them out, go to markets. I mean, markets are a lot more work than making a YouTube video, but somehow they seem easier because it's just like a one-day thing. That went by pretty fast. I hope you enjoyed seeing me draw all these bats. I really like them. I haven't been sketching much, but like I said, I've just been taking it easy, a nice easygoing fall. I love September and October. They're the best months of the year, and no other months are as good as September and October. I don't care what anyone says. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this little sketchbook video, and I'll see you in my next one.